the Democratic Alliance. Now, they're standing by their controversial Phoenix election posters. The poster reads, ANC calls you racists, the DA calls you heroes. This has sparked widespread condemnation, with some describing it as racially insensitive. The party leader, John Steenhuisen, has refuted the claims, blaming the ANC for painting all the Indians in Phoenix as racist. Steenhuisen says the party applauds the people who stood up against anarchy and defended the area, while the police stood on the sidelines and watched during the unrest. About 30 people, mostly black people, were killed in Phoenix in what was believed to be racially motivated incidents. Now, for more on the heated question and answer session on the matter between Steenhuisen and reporters on this, I'm joined by our senior reporter, Ziyanda Ngcobo, who was among the reporters. A very good afternoon to you, Ziyanda. I mean, I see that smile on your face and that laugh, and certainly a moment of truth there between John Steenhuisen and reporters. And the main question is, when the DA refers to heroes, who exactly are they talking about?
Exactly. I mean, and for me, the heated interaction that we as reporters had with the leader of the DA is an extension of what we've seen taking place within the Democratic Alliance, where in terms of managing race relations, we've seen over the last couple of years a mass exodus of black leaders from the organization. And while they've come out to defend this as, you know, us as the media taking away from those black leaders' own agency, it still does beg the question who exactly the DA represents and what exactly do they stand for. Equally important a question, Tammy, was to also say, well, you put up these posters on such a highly emotive issue for local government elections. Is it really worth it? It's been described as racially insensitive, you know, unnecessary and just downright crass. But the leader of the DA is saying, well, actually it's not, because, you know, they are celebrating all those black, white Indian who actually stood up against the anarchy at the time. But again, Tammy, the question here is, or what the DA leader could not answer, was the fact that there were innocent people who were just killed for absolutely no reason.
So let me ask you this then, Ziyanda. Had there not been those innocent people who were killed in Phoenix, would those posters have gone down differently?
Well, I cannot speculate on that, but the point here is that Phoenix, by the way, was an area that was not looted, not even once. And yet there were people who died for no reason. And this is exactly why then the criticism has been waged against the DA to say, why did you decide to go and put up those posters in Phoenix knowing that people died? Would you have put that up in an area that was actually looted? And why are you using a matter that is yet to even be concluded in terms of you know, the legal processes, but also in terms of managing and dealing with the racial tensions in that particular area? Why would you put up a poster like that? But let's listen to what John Steenhuisen had to say.
People who are heroes in this are the South Africans who, when the government retreated and the SAPS retreated, stood up and defended the rule of law, defended the Constitution, and defended their lives and livelihoods. Those are heroes, people who stood up against the lawlessness. And I will call them heroes, and I will continue to call them heroes, because they didn't retreat in the face of danger. They didn't hide away like the SAPS and Bekele's people when things got real. They stepped up and stepped to it. The President himself called them heroes in his own newsletter, and I concur fully with that. Anybody who stood up for the rule of law, for the Constitution, which are founding principles of our party, I will continue to call heroes.
So, Ziyanda, these posters, the DA says they're going to distribute around the country. But as it stands now, they are only in Phoenix.
That's correct, and that's actually something that John Steenhuisen confirmed to us. When he was asked, why would you put such a poster in an area that is still dealing with the racial tensions? Because The real nub of the issue is it a responsible thing for the DA to do, to actually put up a poster like this that's quite ambiguous? And I even asked Steenhuisen, well, why do you think people have misinterpreted this so badly that they believe that the DA is only supporting the Indian community? And he said, I don't know. And I said, but how can you not know? We're in an election season. You are trying to reach out to an electorate. You are trying to gain more votes. Are you trying to gain a specific kind of vote from a specific kind of race? Because it is almost impossible, Tammy, that this poster would land differently with a particular racial grouping and land differently with another. And so the DA, I think, right now still has to actually explain them. You know, while they don't believe they need to explain, actually, they've defended their poster. But it will be interesting to see going forward in the election campaign trail how then this poster and other strategies that they've employed will actually fare for the party.
Thank you very much, Ziyanda Ngcobo, for that update. Certainly the issues of race will continue to be paramount, especially as we make our way up to the November 1st elections. But a conversation that South Africa still needs to have about race.